Shit, I'm from Bogalusa, Louisiana.
For somebody that's not familiar with that, what's the closest major city to that?
Baton Rouge.
How close?
It's like 40 minutes away.
Okay.
It depends on how you drive, you know. Shit, depending on how you drive, it could take an hour or so. But it's not too far, you know, yeah. It's right down the street, basically.
How often do you go between your city and Baton Rouge?
I don't slide through that much. Like, I might spin through the mall, go shop, you know.
But you usually stay where you're at?
Yeah, because, you know, shit, moving out of bounds, that's the wrong thing to do. Especially when you're young like me, you know, you're easy target. Shit, people get stole every day. You know, that's the last thing I'm trying to let happen at this point.
Mm.
Right.
Now, is there a certain part of your town, city that you rep?
Shit, yeah, I'm from the South. You know, this small city, big dreams. I'm from the South Side, you know. Shit. Small area.
Growing up in the small area that you just kind of described, what was it like for you? What was your upbringing like? Can you paint that picture for us?
Shit, growing up, I had hoop dreams. I tried to, you know me, I grew up watching Roger and Rondo. I had dreams, that was my role model. That's the only role model I had besides Chief Keef. I used to watch Chief Keef all the time. Chief Keef was one of my biggest fans, like one of Chief Keef's biggest fans, I'm sorry, but look. Anyway, I had hoop dreams. But through high school, my behavior and my grades, I couldn't maintain. So it didn't work for me. So coming up, I had to find a way. It wasn't easy, like it wasn't too many options left. I'm not a 9-to-5 person. I'm not going to go get no job like that. So, you know, it was either the streets or this music.
You did both?
Both. Still, basically.
Now, was it a rough upbringing for you?
It was rough. Everybody has situations, you know, but it don't come to the light. It's a lot of shit people don't get to see, so it was rough. Like, it was a struggle.
What was your toughest part dealing with the struggle? Could be a variety of moments, but what's one that sticks to you?
Losing my dog to the streets over some bullshit, some petty shit. You know, that shit hurt me the most. 15 years over some bullshit. Because the niggas couldn't keep their mouth closed.
Gunned down?
No shit, it was a robbery. No. He was 16, but the system's so fucked up, they waited till he turned 17 and they tried him as an adult. They fucked over and they slammed him 15 years old, he was only 17. So you know how that goes.
Oh, so he wasn't killed, he's doing time?
Yeah, he's doing time.
How much time?
15.
Oh, 15 years.
Yeah, young nigga.
Oh, I thought you said he was 15 years old when it happened.
He was 16 when it happened.
Oh, okay.
And through all the shit, they waited till he turned 17 and tried him as an adult.
Ah, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So he's doing 15 years for that.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the streets, how young were you when you got into that lifestyle?
I got deep in the streets when I found out I wasn't fucking with school no more. I was always in the streets, but you know, I had family and friends that stayed on my ass, stayed on my head, like, you know, gotta be smart.
About what age do you think?
I probably jumped in the streets deeper, probably around the age 14. That's when I really just started thugging, like, I was thugging, I started thugging, I couldn't do nothing else with myself, like, I was thugging, couldn't stop, and it started from there. I never turned back.
One foot in school at the time, and
I was still in school, yeah, matter of fact, like, I ain't stopped going to school until my 12th grade year. Like, I just stopped waking up. I said, fuck it, I couldn't do it. I never did learn. I cheated all my way through school. Right, all my ACTs, like all that shit, I cheated, but I still failed. It's fucked up. I got all the way and then just flopped. But
12th grade is your last year of high school. Why not just finish? You're so close.
You
made it that far.
I can't even tell you how I made it. Shit. I barely came to school. I couldn't even wake up in the morning. I was fucked up. When I woke up, I had other things on my mind, not school. That was the last thing on my mind. Shit, when I did come, I wasn't trying to learn. So shit, when I started making money with this rapping shit, I went that route. I feel like I ain't need school. Shit, I always had people like family in my ear telling me, shit, you always gonna need school, but shit, I always feel like, shit, anything I come back, I feel like I was wasting my time.
When you dropped out, what was your parents' reaction?
Hurt. My mama hurt right now. But I told my mama I'm gonna make her proud. You know, she ain't gotta worry about it. And I'm still gonna go back and get my education.
Now, going the street path and looking back, dealing with the streets, that's a very risky path to take.
Right.
There's consequences with that.
Shit,
Violence with that. Jail or prison time with that, which we just mentioned. Possibly death. Not to mention stresses that come from that and that over-the-shoulder feeling. Why go that path? Why take that route?
Shit, that's all you know. When that's all you around growing up, shit, you influence. Shit, you can try your best to stay away from it, but shit, it's gonna catch up with you sooner or later. You can't run from it.
You said you're not the 9-to-5 type of person, the job type of person. Did you ever try a job?
Never. I couldn't. It's not for me. That's the last option.
When it comes to the streets, and I just, laid out a description of several things that could possibly happen. Did you know these type of things going into it?
Shit, because growing up, all my family, they convicted. They been josing down in their whole life. I got uncles still in that bitch right now. I got cousins still in that bitch. I got a lot of people going right now due to the streets. So shit, before I jumped in the streets, I already knew all the consequences. Shit.
And still took that route.
Still took that route. It's all about being smart in certain situations. And learning from all my other people's mistakes. Like a lot of people ask me, shit, why you ain't never been to jail, but you rap about a lot of gangster shit and about what you would do, but you ain't never been to jail. Shit, you don't have to go to jail to be no street nigga, don't be no real nigga. Shit, stupid niggas go to jail for trying to be down, trying to be too street. They got real niggas in there laying down too, but shit, most of them niggas fake and phony in that bitch.
What percentage would you say is fake and phony out of 100%, if you could estimate?
Shit, 98. Fuck, real niggas are very rare right now. All the real niggas are dead. Like, all the real niggas are dead or in that jail. But most of the niggas in jail are fake bitch-ass niggas. There's a lot of bitch-ass niggas in jail.
What's your definition of a real one? Because people use that term loosely.
Yeah, everybody real right now. Like, shit.
So what is your personal definition? What are some characteristics of a real one?
Shit, a real nigga is a real nigga. A real nigga gonna stand on everything he say. Shit, a real nigga gonna just be a real nigga. You'll know a real nigga when you see a real nigga. You can see through a fake nigga. You can peep him up and down as soon as you look at him, like, it's all in his face. A real nigga never show you no flaw. When it come to street shit, when it come to being a real nigga, shit, you'll know a real nigga from a fake.
Any regrets dealing with the streets, going that path?
Shit, yeah, I got one. My biggest regret is fucking with all them niggas. Like, coming into the streets, you gonna have a lot of friends. You gonna have a lot of friends. But down to the end, when you get to a certain point, everything changed. No matter what the situation was, it's gonna be to a point where y'all gonna be down to a very few. And you gonna look back like, damn, like shit, that shit crazy. We ain't even rocking no more.
Thinking back, hindsight 2020, could you have pointed out those people that wouldn't have made it back if you could do it all over again, or you wouldn't be able to tell until, the very end, like you've seen?
Repeat that.
So you talked about you have a lot of friends starting out.
You do.
And then they dwindle down to the very least.
Right.
To a small amount.
Right.
Looking back, at things you've gone through and that sort of thing, could you have seen, or, these people, I should have not trusted these people, or I knew he was not right. Like, looking back, could you have seen these characteristics, or you wouldn't have been able to see them till they came to the light towards the end?
Right, you wouldn't be able to see it until, like, you just go back, sit down, look at it, like, damn, throughout this whole time, it was never official. Cause if they did it to you, it's they would have like, it's always been a point they wouldn't have been to it to you, or they always had a feeling against you, or they always had something against you. They just let it out in a certain way. But shit, it's gonna catch up one day, and it's gonna catch you like shit. We can't fuck with each other no more. I gotta cut them off right then and there.
Did some surprise you more than others?
Shit, a lot.
Like maybe this person you thought was going to be more of a friend than this person, and this person turned out not to be like you thought they were.
Shit. I had day ones when I came up with this rapping shit. Like, I never imagined a split. Like, shit, we dreamed of this shit together. Coming up, that's all we dreamed of. But as soon as I got to a certain point, all that changed. But shit, every rapper and every upcoming star can tell you, they had old friends, and they say you changed 9 times out of 10. It wasn't you, it was them. From the jump.
Now, going back to the street path that you chose, and we'll get to the rapping stuff in a little bit, but was it worth it? Was the risk worth the reward, or what you got out of it?
Shit, I don't regret shit. I don't regret nothing. I love this shit. The streets don't love nobody, but I love the streets.
Well, at first you said you did regret the friends
I regret
part.
fucking with friends. But shit, that shit come with the game. You're gonna take losses. You're gonna regret doing a lot of shit. But shit, one thing I don't regret is being in the streets. Because if I wouldn't have been a street nigga, I wouldn't be who I am right now. I wouldn't be sitting right here doing this interview with you right now.
Now, what about your parents? Was this something that you hid from them, or did they know you were doing this from the jump?
Shit. It was something like hidden. At first, it was very hidden because like shit, my mama, I don't like playing my music around my mama. I don't like my mama listening to my music. You know why? Cause like shit, I just don't like. Shit, I say a lot of shit in there. That's a lot of bad language. It's a lot of foul language, it's a lot of shit I wouldn't like to say around my mama. But shit, when it got to a certain point, when my shit started ringing, she started hearing it, she like, Jay, why you ain't let me know, like, I like your music, it's very nice. I looked at him just like, I'm smiling, like, it made me smile, like, damn, mama liked my music, she bumped my music, like, shit, but at first she didn't know I was rapping. I had to come out the closet with it. She found out, she loved it.
How'd she find out?
She found out like through the social media, like everybody on social media, so she's probably scrolling down the timeline, seeing me with a big ass chop on her. She like, damn, look at my son. She don't like it. She hate it. She want me to change my image, my total image is change all around.
She does.
Right now, like if I do that, that just make her 100% like happy, like, but it's coming.
So the image may change.
It's in the process right now.
Now, you began jumping into the streets as you were in school, 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
Let's say there's somebody watching this, maybe around the same age, teenager, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Circumstances could be different for everybody, could be different from yours and why you chose to get into it, but any general advice, teenager watching this right now, around the same age, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, any general advice you would tell that person watching this right now?
Stay in school. stay focused. And you can't be wrong, you can't go wrong. I swear. You gonna need school. Stay in school. As long as you can, get everything out of it that you can while you can. Because it's not gonna last forever. You need every percent of knowledge you can get. You know, just stay dedicated.
What about a kid thinking about dropping out? Hey, Jay dropped out of 12th grade.
Don't go the route Jay did. Make this lane. Be better than me. You know, do great things. Work hard, stay dedicated, and great things gonna pay off. It's gonna come in return. Do not drop out of school. That's the last thing you need to do. You need school. You need your high school diploma. That's a very important thing. High school diploma, and I will be going back to get my high school diploma. So don't look at me like, yeah, he just dropped out. No, I'm going back and get that, you know.
G.E.D.
All that.
Now, how old were you when the rapping started?
Shit, I started, I always could rap. I always had the flow. Like, shit, we'll turn on a beat. High as a bitch, you know, in that bitch, geeked up, full of that purple. Shit, we was smoking Reggie Super shit. You know, we were full of that shit. You turn on the beat, like, yeah, run that bitch. When that bitch is fucking off, I get to eating that bitch. They like, shit, man, you need to put that shit on the beat for real. You gotta start going in. So shit, you know, shit, full force with that shit.
Was there a certain age or certain grade you were in when you took it serious? Because you said you were always doing it, but there's a moment where...
I dropped a video. What grade is what? I can say my 11th grade year.
Okay.
I dropped a video. That bitch called Stick Up. I can say I was 17.
That's your first video ever?
First video. That's like the first release. Matter of fact, it's the second song I released. Like,
second song, first video.
First video. The reaction I got on that bitch, it was hard. Me and my little brother LG Famous on the song Stick Up. You know, we turned up bad after that. They was fucking with us. And they wanted that shit constant. Like, shit, they like, you gotta drop. We want a mixtape right now. We need a mixtape. Not knowing shit, I already had a mixtape done. I just released that video. See what their reaction was gonna be. If they weren't fucking with it, shit, chances I could have stopped. I wouldn't be right here. Like, I wouldn't be fucking with that shit.
Is that video still available for people to watch today?
It's still out right now.
Hasn't been taken down yet?
It ain't been taken down.
You've had videos that have been taken down?
I had videos like shit.
On YouTube, yes?
Right. I had a video called Taking Off. I shot with Leica Films. Like, that bitch was on like 920,000. And somebody called it, they made a false copyright claim. And they got my video removed. They said it was they beat. So shit, like, they snatched my shit down. I'm like, damn, Leica had hit me in my DM. He like, yeah, Youngan, I got some bad news. The Taking Off video just got deleted. I'm like, Taking Off video got deleted. I'm flashing. So shit, I'm mad as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? Why my shit got deleted? I ain't never seen this shit happen before. Shit, I'm ready to, like, shit. I just knew something went right. I knew it was a hating ass move from the start. Like, but shit, eventually they got my shit re-uploaded.
So the numbers had to start all the way from the beginning again?
No, I thought they was, but shit, it just popped up when I was scrolling down my YouTube channel, because I subscribed to them, so I'm scrolling down, I searched my name up anyway. I'm looking, I see that bitch, I'm like, damn, my views still on there, I got happy as a bitch, I'm starting, like, it's up.
Now, when it came to rapping while you were still in school, did you battle other people? Did you battle other classmates? Were you into that or no?
Nah, I wasn't into all that. Shit, like, everybody wanted to fuck with me with that shit. We will hit the studio, but it was never like on no battle shit.
Ever performed at talent shows?
I ain't never did that either.
Pep rallies?
I never pep rally either.
None of that stuff?
No, I'm lying. I did. I performed one time at a pep rally. The principal stopped hating on us. He was dropping his nuts on us all year round. He was hating on us. When he found out that they was fucking with us, the whole school was fucking with us, we performed in the gym in high school. We turned that bitch up.
Before you dropped out?
That was before I dropped out.
What was that feeling like, performing in front of all your classmates?
Shit, I was ready to do it. Cause shit, ain't that shit. They wouldn't let nobody else do that type of shit. That shit was crazy though.
Nervous before you performed?
Shit, no. I had left campus and everything. Smoked a fat ass blunt. Came on that bitch, had everybody turning their head. I walk in the gym. They like, look at him, man. He full of that shit. Got down, they gave me the mic. They had the song already ready, so shit. I got out there, it was in the gym. Got out there on the court, performed, turned that bitch up.
What was the reaction? What was the feedback you got from your performance?
You know, it's my city and it's my school, so they was fucking with it. But there's a lot of people hate me too in my own city. That shit crazy.
Was that your first performance ever, or you were performing before that?
No, I was performing before. I hit a couple of clubs and shit. Like, I was doing a lot of shit for free back then too, like before I was hot. I was trying to promote myself through shows, like pull up at a show, open up for another artist, turn that bitch up, leave, on that type of shit.
But I imagine you were under 18 years old.
Shit, yeah.
Still clubs were letting you in?
They would let me in that bitch, yeah, fuck it. Let the young nigga in.
You mentioned your mom in this interview. What happened to your father?
Shit. My father with me right now, but shit, my father was chosen most of all my life. I ain't had my father. All I had was my mom and my little brother.
But you're on good terms with him?
Yeah, man, shit, we A1. Fuck with pops.
What was he going in and out for?
Shit, drugs. That's drugs.
How does one deal with something like that? A young boy like yourself, father in and out. How do you do it?
That shit was stressful. I used to think to myself like, damn, why me? Cause shit, I see my brother here, all his head is there, and I see all my other, all my other people, like they get the. I ain't never had no dad. Like I never got the chance. Hey dad, let me hit my dad up. We finna hit the mall. We finna. Hey pops, we about the yeah. Shit, I ain't never had like that. He ain't come home until I was doing my shit already.
But you never looked at it like it was a bad thing, like because you never had a strong bond or his presence around, or maybe you did have a strong bond, I don't know, but maybe because his presence wasn't around, right. You never looked at it like, I can't mess with you, or...
I never did look at him like that, you know. I always fucking communicated through the letters, phone calls, visitations sometimes. Most of the time, I was on that bullshit, or he was in a hole on some shit, like, on some fluke shit.
So there was a good bond throughout the whole...
Yeah, it was great.
In and out, okay.
Shit, yeah.
Strong bond?
It was straight, it wasn't strong. Cause I was on some other shit, like, shit, it wasn't too strong.
Any advice for a young person growing up and their parent is in and out of incarceration?
Shit, just stay strong. Stay strong throughout the whole situation, throughout their whole jokes, just stay strong.
Was there another male figure in your life while your pops was in and out?
I had a stepfather, yeah. I fuck with him too. 1,000.
Your stepfather?
Shit, yeah.
Now, when it comes to a stepfather, how old was he when he came into your life? I mean, how old were you, when he came into your life?
I can't put an exact age on it. I can't put it. He was around for a minute. They got married, and my mom ended up getting married.
Well, the reason why I ask is because, sometimes when a stepfather comes into the life of a young person like yourself, it could be the opposite. You sound like you've had a great experience with him, but, other people can have terrible experiences with a step-parent.
Yeah, some people don't fuck with the step-parent.
And you see,
they claim they fuck them. Like, shit, I can't have my real parent. Fuck you, like, I ain't fucked up with it.
Or they try to sabotage the relationship. Like, you've seen this stuff in movies, like the little kid tries to, sabotage the relationship so the parent and the step-parent don't get together and the step-parent goes away and that sort of thing.
Right.
But that's why I was curious as how young it happened, because if it happened later in your life, maybe you would feel some type of way as opposed to if you were younger and he was there from the start.
Yeah.
Any advice on that? Somebody that has to deal with a step-parent?
Shit, depending on the step parent and how the step parent treating you, it got some good step parents. They got some that take care of their kids, take care of the child like it's their own. But they got some that be on that fool shit, like they be like, fuck the child, it ain't mine. So it be something like that. But any advice to some that do got step parents, if they treating you right and they loyal to you, you should always fuck with them. Cause shit, they trying to beat up for you when you can't have your real parent in your life. So shit, it's always good to have somebody else to look up to.
So your step parent had good intentions. It was organic.
Right, he was a positive person, and he always had a strong positive vibe, and he always gave me great knowledge, lead me into an older life, like in the grown, like in a real lifestyle, real world. Basically, what I'm saying, like shit, gotta stay on our team.
Now your siblings, how many siblings total do you have?
Shit, on which side?
Oh, whatever you want to share with us.
Shit, if I'm adding both, I can't count. But on my mother's side, it's me. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister. On mama's side.
And dad's side, there's
Dad's
a lot.
Side, I count.
Now, where do you fit on the ladder on your mom's side? You the oldest?
No, I'm second.
Second oldest.
Yeah, I got a big brother.
Anyone else in your family does music or just you?
Yeah, I got some cousins. My cousins do music.
Rapping too, or producing, or?
Rap. I got cousins that DJ, rap, shit, photographer, versatile, like, shit. Hey, we do it all.
Have you guys collabed?
We have. Shit, actually my cousin, where I record all my songs at the studio, that's like my close cousin, shit. I recorded all my songs there at his studio. So shit, like.
So it's a supportive relationship, not a competitive one.
Not at all, like shit. It ain't nothing like that. We work together. If it wasn't for me recording them songs and all that shit at his studio.
Aside from him and your mom, because we spoke about your mom, what does the rest of your family think about your music career?
Shit, they loving it. They loving it. They loving it. At the beginning, they ain't see what I seen with it. They weren't liking it at all. They was telling me like, shit. They wasn't telling me to stop because they didn't want to kill my dreams, but they wasn't fucking with it. They was like, I don't like the whole thing at all. I ain't feeling it. But shit, they ain't never just kill my spirit and tell me you need to stop, because they know I was good at what I was doing.
What was the turning point?
The turning point when I just realized, like, shit, just a couple months ago, I could say 4 months ago. Please. Shit, a lot of shit turned around. Shit, I went crazy.
Have any of them had a chance to see you perform? Like your parents, have they had a chance to see you perform live?
My mama haven't yet. She the only person that my dad. My daddy, he come to a lot of my shows. Most of the time, he might drive me to that bitch.
Your biological dad or your stepdad?
Yeah, he home now. That's what I was saying. Shit. We can pull up to the show together. They'll take me to that bitch.
Now, we spoke about a variety of subjects in regards to your upbringing, but overall speaking, hindsight 2020, what would Big J tell Little J, knowing what you know now?
Shit.
What's one thing you would tell your younger self?
I'll be on me hard about my image, because I got a lot of younger people looking at me. That's what I don't realize sometimes. And I tell myself, shit, you need to change it up. You need to change this up right here, make it look better. It ain't about what you do, it's about how you do it. So shit, that type of shit. And I make sure I go harder. I make sure I motivate myself to go harder than anybody.
Now this image, we spoke about this image earlier where your mom didn't like it.
Right.
You're thinking about changing it eventually. But do you think this image that you have currently is what got you to this point where you're at?
I can't say it got me here, but it did a big part in it too.
Do you think if you change your image, it could be detrimental to what you have going on?
I don't think so, but shit, anything can happen to 'em. But shit, I know my music, my talent, they fuck with it. They love it, so, you know, my image natural is gonna come with it.